Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and this is the Daily Show. We're going to be talking about the NBA slate for January 11th, Thursday. We've got 5 games, but the first game is kicking off here when I'm recording about 39 minutes from now. So we're not going to be covering any of those plays. It actually made it a little bit more difficult for me because I wasn't anticipating all of the value that Prize Picks was giving us, sort of focusing on that first game of the slate, which is in France, I believe. So yeah, that kicks off soon here. So we're not going to cover any of those plays to give everybody plenty of time to get into these plays, keep the picks relevant, for a few hours here before the late window starts. But before we get into these plays, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code and they'll double your first deposit up to $100. They're just going to match whatever you put on. So if you do deposit the full 100, you'll get 200 to play with. Just use this promo code over here and they will hook you up with that deal. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll want notifications on because a lot of these plays end up moving or getting bumped. We just had that happen last night at First Look. We caught this great play. Jordy caught this value play on KD's points, and 20 minutes later, it was off the board. So if you have your notifications on, you can jump right on these plays if you like what we're getting into. And if you guys don't mind, just hook us up with a like. It's the best thing you can do if you appreciate what we are doing here with our channel. It's been amazing. You guys have been helping us grow this channel so quickly, and we can't thank you enough. But yeah, that's the best way to help us out, is just liking the video. It's as easy as that. So I'm going to give you the plays right now that we're going to be covering. I'm going to be taking Anthony Davis over 31.5 points and assists. Anthony Simons over 3.5 rebounds. Going back to Jusuf Nurkic, had to think about this one for a minute, but I do feel good about this. Over 9.5 rebounds. And Damian Lillard, 6.5 assists. We're going to take that for more. And those are the 4 plays we're going to be covering today. And I think I forgot to mention it, but I told you guys last night, Jordy was busy today, so I'm running the show solo. But let's get into these plays. Because they actually, I do have a little narrative going for most of these. Because I had to think about it. The board's tough today. I told Jordy I didn't mind doing it solo, and then I got in here. I wanted to get this video out earlier, and I'm just looking around, just like, oh my gosh, this is actually a pretty tough slate for me. At least the way I'm perceiving the board. But anyways, guys, let's start with Anthony Davis. We're gonna take him for his points and assists. We look at this over-under here. We have a 237 over-under with the Lakers favored by just 1. Now, the reason I want to go with his points and assists is because it's tricky. We're on outlier here. We're looking at the matchups, but the matchups don't really speak to the last couple of games. These are averages they're basing this off of, and the Suns' rotations have bed weird, but then the more I looked into it, it seems like whenever the Suns, or not just the Suns, but when teams are playing the Clippers, Ty Lue likes to go to small ball, and it's weird how he forces the hand of the other team. I wish they would have just left Nurkic in when Ty was going small ball, but they end up just following suit and going small ball. And so Nurk didn't get that many minutes. And then I look at Anthony Davis, when he played the Clippers, it was like the same thing. He didn't do much. When's the last time you saw Anthony Davis go for no rebounds? We were upset that Nurk didn't, but Anthony Davis looks like the same thing happened to him. And so anyways, all that being said, we have a Nurkic play later as well. That made me a little more comfortable, and with taking it, knowing that this isn't just the Suns doing weird rotations, but the Suns are actually decent at rebounding the ball. And also when I get into this narrative, I don't know if you guys saw, but the coach from the Raptors, he totally put the league on blast for the way the refs are calling these Lakers games. And it was beautiful to watch. Like, that dude was just preaching the truth. And I was like, yes, I'm here for it. I'm loving this. And I already liked that guy, but I'm a huge fan of him now. He was just speaking the truth. But anyways, I'm wondering if we're going to see a little bit of a correction tonight in some of the calls against the Lakers, because that was just ridiculous against the Raptors, the calls they were getting. So I'm wondering if we don't see a little bit of that tonight. Maybe the calls are a little bit tighter against the Lakers. It made me a little more comfortable with Nurkic. And sorry, I'm not trying to ramble here, but this all goes into this play. So I like the points and assists. The points and rebounds, do I think Anthony Davis can get 10 rebounds at least? Yeah, but the rebound matchup is actually a little bit difficult against the Suns. They're 6th in rebounds allowed to centers. And AD has been kind of just hovering last 3 games sort of around that mark. So the full PRA was an extra 10-point bump, plus a difficult matchup with rebounding. So I'm going to be taking his points and assists here because it's a better matchup. And I just don't know how this is going to go. But I do think Nurk is going to be in there for a while. When Nurkic does get his minutes, he is a good rebounder. Like, that's why the Suns are ranked 6th in rebounds allowed. So long story short, I mean it was already long, but we're going to be going with AD points and assists because we got their 16th in points allowed, 23rd in assists allowed. So I'm feeling good about this play, especially on a tough board. AD is good to go. All the news I looked into says game time decision, but all the beat reporters are saying he's probable and he's like active for tonight. So I'm feeling comfortable with that. If we hop over to Daily Grind, they've got the points and assists at the top play for Anthony Davis. They have it at a 52.89% odds to hit and minus 132 on their odds. We are getting it at a full point less on Prize Picks, 31.5, versus the other odds makers all have it set at 32.5. So I'm feeling good about this play. AD is a beast. He'll be able to get this done. I just think, the points and assists are the way to go tonight. My next play, we got Anthony Simons over 3.5 rebounds. I know how these low number rebound props make us feel. There's a reason they're low. They make you sweat sometimes more than like a higher rebound prop, would, which is why I faded Isaiah Okoro. I mean, that was in the first, window game anyways, but I was looking at it earlier when I thought I had time to catch the early game as well. But they do get a little bit nerve-wracking sometimes when you're going with these low rebound marks. But I feel confident that Anthony can get this done. He has been really consistent, getting at least 4 a game in the last 4 games. If we hop over and take a look at this over-under, we got a 233 over-under. OKC favored by 13, so we do have to worry about a blowout here. If you're uncomfortable taking this play, don't take it. But this was a tough board, and I wrestled with this one, and I'm like, you know what? I'm honestly going to be playing this. So sometimes when we can't find plays, we just got to go straight to we always play the plays we give you guys, but on a tough board like this, I'm going to be taking this Anthony Simons rebounds, because he can get this done even if there is a blowout. I got to roll with this. If we hop over here and take a look at Anthony Simons, I was checking out other options for him, PRA as well. But I got to go with the rebounds alone because that's the easiest one to nab, and he has hit this in his last 5. And if this does turn into a blowout, I don't want to be depending on him, having to hit points and all this stuff. And look what they've been doing with his minutes. Hasn't been that great. I don't understand. These minutes rotations, some of these coaches, you hear us complaining about it all the time. I don't know why you wouldn't just be giving this kid a ton of minutes. But anyways, we're going to be taking his rebounds. That is the best matchup statistically for him. 25th in rebounds allowed with OKC. So even if this does turn into a blowout, I think that 3.5 rebounds is an easy mark to clear. If we hop over to Daily Grind, This is the second. Actually, no, they're favoring is under. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, do what you'd like. I'm going to be taking the over here. I just on a tough board like this, I feel good taking this. But again, you guys, we always tell you just go with your gut. And full transparency, that is juice to the under. So do your thing. I'm going to be playing this, so I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm going to be taking it, so I want to tell you guys what I'm getting into. So I'm going to roll the dice on that one. And that brings us to our next play, another rebounds play. We're going to go back to Nurkic here. We were just talking about how we don't, as long as Frank Vogel is going to be running KD at the 5, we're not comfortable playing Nurkic. But I don't think he can run KD at the 5 with Anthony Davis healthy and playing tonight, because AD is going to get his minutes, and you can't have, someone small out there going against AD. You'll just get destroyed. But look at that. Isn't that crazy? Once again, he only goes for 3 rebounds against the Clippers. Their system, and AD had no rebounds against the Clippers. That's crazy to me. Anyways, I don't need to keep rambling about that either, but I feel comfortable taking Nurkic here because he's going to have to get minutes tonight if the Suns want to win this game. Let's see, is hop over. We already did the over under, but I'll do it one more time. 237 over under with the Lakers favored by 1. So it should be a close game. And Nurk's going to have to get his minutes. I was looking at the rebounds and assists as well, because it is a good matchup for both of those. But the value is definitely in the rebounds alone, in my opinion. Where are we at here? Because he would need to get at least 3 assists and his rebounds to cash the rebounds and assists. So rather than depending on him hitting that, if the rebounds are going to save him in the rebounds and assists category, I'd rather just take the rebounds at 9.5. Lakers are 20th in rebounds allowed. So let's see the centers directly, 27th to centers. So average of 13.4 a game. So I feel confident that he'll have to get his minutes tonight. The Suns need to do something. Vogel's going to be in the hot seat if he doesn't start fixing these rotations and playing his studs. We traded Ayton to get Nurkic. He needs more than 20 minutes a game. But so yeah, I think given this narrative, also the narrative of, maybe the calls are a little bit tighter on the Lakers tonight, at least they won't be getting as many freebies. If they do, the Suns, someone on the Suns staff in the post game conference is going to be, complaining about that as well, because it's already in the air. It's already in the news. So if we hop over to Daily Grind for this play, they have this favored to the over at 51.95% with a minus 127 on the Daily Grind odds. And we have 125 or higher across the board. This is just a low line. I think that because of his recent minutes and whatnot, we're getting this value here at 9.5. But I'm going to be taking a chance on him tonight because we know what he's capable of. This dude can get 20 boards in a game. He just needs the minutes. So I think that we'll get that tonight. So moving on to Damian Lillard, 6.5 assists. I had to think about this one for a while as well. It was a tough board today. So we got a 240 over under, Bucks favored by 6 points. Now we have a tough matchup in the Celtics. We have Porzingis game time decision. What made me decide on, honestly, I was considering taking his PRA. You see on Outlier, that's what I had pulled up here because we got a good matchup with points allowed and rebounds allowed. But I kept thinking about it, and I think that, with Drew Holiday's a really good defender, and with Drew, playing his old team in a revenge game, I think he's going to try to lock Lillard up, and he's capable of it. And Lillard, this could just be an awesome, fun matchup because both of these guys are elite. One's elite on defense, one's elite on offense. But he's been kind of facilitating lately. 8 against Houston, 10 against San Antonio. And I just wouldn't be surprised if the scoring is a little bit difficult for him tonight, with Drew all over with Drew all over Lillard. So I don't know. we'll see. Take what you're comfortable with, but I wasn't really comfortable taking his points. I think that I thought about taking Giannis, but his lines are so high because he's been playing so well lately. So I'm thinking 6.5 assists is pretty low for Lillard, in my opinion, especially with what he's been doing and what he's capable of. So that's kind of my narrative on that, is that I think Drew is going to be really trying to keep Lillard from having a huge game. So I like this assist line at 6.5. We've got Daily Grind here with it favored to the over at 51.62% with a -125 on their odds, which we've mentioned it before, but we love just going off the Daily Grind odds because it just seems like the truest figure. Because it's less fluff, it's less about like what all of the bettors across all these platforms are doing, and it's more of a true number in our opinion. But we've got -125, -120 on like FanDuel, but most of these are going -125 for the over here. So I'm feeling good about Lillard as well. And again, this is just tough. We didn't have much even up for fantasy score. It's literally just all this Nets and Cavs game. So they're not giving us a whole lot to work with right now. And I didn't want to push the video back longer. I was thinking maybe after this first game starts, they'll open up the board more to other fantasy score options and whatnot. But I'm like, I don't want to take those chances. Some of these lines might move on us. But as always, just play what you're comfortable with. I already have this locked in. It's already in our Discord. So these are the four I'm going to be rolling with. Anthony Davis, points and assists over. Anthony Simons, over 3.5 rebounds. Nurkic, over 9.5 rebounds. And Damian Lillard, over 6.5 assists. Play what you want, fade what you want. I tried to give you the pros and cons of all these plays. So if you decide to take them, just take them and own it. Don't come back and complain if one of these missed by one and call the play trash or something. We get that a lot. And I'm not complaining. The vibes here. We keep it chill, and most of our community does. We just get these little complainers in the comments every now and then. But honestly, I think a lot of people need to really consider the way they're approaching sports betting. You shouldn't be betting the house every day. You shouldn't be like burning through your account and then like getting yourself into a hole if you go on a cold streak. You want to play conservatively. You want to play, if the board's not, like we have a 5-game slate today, if the board's not looking that great, just make a slip or two. But the most important thing is keep your portfolio in a position where you can play another day. Double ups aren't bad. We try to just manage our account here carefully and always think about the next slate, so keep some of that cash. It's a position to have. Keep some of it for the next slate because it might be better. And then when we hit that 25x, we're good for a while, but don't hit a 25x and then just burn through all of your winnings. That's how you stay in the green. But anyways, guys, we really appreciate you. If you're interested in checking out the tools from Daily Grind, they are our official sponsor. And they're giving all of our viewers 25% off if you use code BACKDOOR. It's just one word. Just put code BACKDOOR in the discount code area at checkout, and they will give you 25% off of any of their tools they offer if you're a first-time user. There's a link in the description of the video if you want to check that out. Also, if you want to check out our Discord, there is a link in the description for that as well. As this board begins to fill out, we will be in our Discord sharing more picks just like we do on the channel. We post them and we give a breakdown of why we like them and whatnot. And it's just a really good resource. We have an awesome community over there. So if you want to check it out, people were frustrated also that we didn't mention that there is a paywall. It's something like 50 cents a day. So we do have a paywall just to keep people from spamming. When we first did it, when we first started it, there was just all sorts of people trying to pitch their channels and just loading the chat to where you couldn't even see the value. So we're like, okay, we're going to put a little paywall here, and it's totally worth the value. Everyone in there seems to love it. So it's not a big deal. If you don't want to be a part of it, it's not a big deal. But we have a strong community, so if you're interested in checking it out, there is a link in the description of the video. So that's going to do it, guys. Those are the 4 plays. And we just really appreciate you. We hope you have a great night. And, we're working on new forms of content, some longer form content, different platforms, covering different types of sports betting besides Prize Picks. So we'll be rolling that out pretty soon here. We're just still trying to iron out all the details, but we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for just helping us build this channel and staying positive with us. So have a great night, guys, and we will catch you tonight in the next video.